Hello. Hey everyone.
Oh, hi.
Oh hi.
Hi,
How are you
Arlemi.
doing?
Good.
Welcome. Whether you're watching on Twitch or on YouTube today, because today we're trying out streaming to two different platforms at the same time, which may or may not work, but I guess we'll figure it out. Um, if people are watching us on YouTube, let us know. That's a new thing we're trying. We'll see. We'll see if that works.
We're on YouTube too.
We're on YouTube too. We're everywhere, and then
YouTube
with
too. Sounds good.
YouTube too, we'll conquer the
Yeah.
world through that. Starting with YouTube.
One streaming platform at a time.
Um, so my name is Arlemi, and I'm a developer advocate at Postman, and I'm here with my new boss, which is Joyce. If you want to introduce
Get back to
yourself.
work. Yeah, so I'm Joyce. I'm a developer relations. I'm based here in San Francisco. And Arlemi, I've missed streaming with you. We have so many cool special guests, Postman people as well as people outside the company, but I miss streaming with you. So I said, Arlemi, we need to start doing like more regular streams, just you and I, and like just hack on stuff.
Yeah, and here we are today doing a stream, Joyce and I.
Yeah, you dream
so
it and it happens.
So today we're actually going to build on something that we've done before. So Joyce has actually, I can't see it on your webcam right now, but Joyce should have a light behind her somewhere.
Do you see
Uh,
it?
I can't see it, it's hidden by your mic.
Oh God.
Yeah, you
Do you
probably
see
should
it?
have turned the other, yeah, we can see it now. So we got Hue lights, so the Philips Hue lights that you can connect to via either an app on your phone or via an API. And what we did in the previous stream, which was probably like a month and a half ago, was trying to access that API, which was a start. And now what we're going to do, so I got myself one as well, you can see somewhere here, yep.
Yeah.
And we'll try to make that accessible to everyone in the stream. And you'll be able to trigger my light. So Joyce is already accessible from the web. She has a blog post around it that we'll share
I'll
on
drop
the
a link in
chat
the thing.
probably.
Yeah.
But yeah, we're going to try to do that with mine. And the second part is going to be Joyce creating a UI for you to be able to run the thing basically from your place. And we see what happens. So we called that bat signal because we draw a bat signal on my light. And whenever you trigger it, hopefully it should show that sign. And you can summon me from wherever you are in the world.
So I suggested the bat signal and you didn't even know what that was. So get ready for the influx of summoning.
Yeah, well, Batman is not my. It's DC, right?
Oh, I don't know.
Oh, see? I'm not, yeah, I'll just say I'm a Marvel person, even though I don't really know what that entails. But I'm probably a Marvel person because I've never watched any Batman, so that would make me one. Okay, so first thing first. What do we start the stream with?
I'm trying to post something in chat and I'm having problems.
Okay, so in the meantime, I'm just gonna go ahead with in case you missed it.
In case you missed it.
Okay, so I'm seeing some messages from people saying they can't post messages in the chat, which is
Yeah, I
sad.
couldn't either.
Yeah, what's happening? Let me check something quickly, and then we resume the.
I'm pretty sure Arlemi just wanted all the power. He's like, shut up. Actually, we're
So
gonna need help today, so please make sure you can post in the chat.
if you can't post in the chat, try opening a private window. It seems to work for me. Or
I
refresh the page, hard refresh the page.
I couldn't post it on my thingy.
That hopefully should work, and let me know if that works
Oh
or
yes,
not.
it works now. It's weird.
Yeah, I think it was just some. I think it was a Twitch issue rather than.
It's
Yeah,
back.
it's back. Nice.
Chris
Cool.
Dezo. Oh,
Okay.
hi, Brain Dead Air. Thank you. Because we're gonna need help. I think we might have some jQuery, which I was past my time, so we're gonna need help
And some glitch.
and some glitch.
All right. So I'm gonna start with sharing my screen. So in case you
Okay.
missed it, hey, boss back. In case you missed it, every year we have a conference which is called Post. I don't know. I say every year. How many years has that been going on?
At least 2. I can't remember if it's 2 or 3. Probably
And so
2.
PostCon is, if I can remember the link correctly, it's our annual conference where we talk about a lot of like Postman stuff, but just API in general. And obviously, we wanted to do that year again. We had to push it back a bit, and we're going virtual. But we've announced on our community forum that we're doing it. But we also want the attendees or potential attendees feedback as to what you would like to see there.
Yeah.
So good question from chat, which is, do only Postman employees speak at it?
No.
Yeah, go for it, Joyce. Because
We're going to have a call for papers. If you have some really interesting nominations for people that you want to speak, or you're a speaker, then I think, Arlemi, you're doing the CFP one. But definitely, if you have topics that you want to hear, go ahead and put it in that survey, but submit to speak, because we get the top API people from all around.
I'm going to look at the speakers from last year, actually. So we had people from Slack, Adidas, Atlassian, Better Cloud. So if you go to that page, so I'm going to drop that in the chat as well. You can see the speakers from last year, and we are hoping to get at least an as good as that of a lineup for this year.
Oh, it's going to be bigger and better.
It's definitely going to be bigger. Like just
Sure.
the fact that it's going to be virtual, yeah, that's going to open a lot of doors. So yeah, if you're interested in attending an API first conference, go here. There's a PostCon survey. Actually, I'm going to share that in the chat as well. Sharing all of the things. Either of you two going to speak. Love watching these streams. Thank you first. We love doing these streams.
Yeah, seriously, this is the best part of my day.
Whether we're going to speak or not is a great question.
Yes, you are, Arlemi.
Yeah, but I feel bad for accepting my own talk. We'll see how that goes. Maybe I'll have to
Arlemi, we should do a live stream together for PostCon.
Yeah, I think we can definitely do something around like live streaming the conference and having like inter talks as well, like interviewing people on the side.
Yeah, we're gonna like be streaming virtually, but you and I should just we should do a bat signal thing. I mean, like part 3.
Part 3.
Yeah.
Cool. So yeah, let us know what you think, what you want to see. You can actually put in the survey that you want to see us talking there. If you want to talk there, let us know as well. All of this is valuable feedback. But with that said, let's go with the actual coding stuff and see how we can get on, I guess.
Yeah,
I have no clue how that's going to go. Vu, hey Vu.
Hi,
yes,
Vu.
to Bassino at PostCon. Yeah, I mean, if everyone wants it, we'll have to do it.
Yeah, maybe we get one of those party lights, you know, the big ones that they have at nightclubs or festivals, like the real big ones that are like, maybe we shine a Postman logo. Anyways, go ahead and put your brainstorming
that's actually,
ideas.
Yeah. Okay, so today, what we want to do. First step, I have a light there, and we want it to turn on. That's going to be step 1. Step 2 is we want you to be able to turn it on. So like opening it to the wide world. And then step 3 is Joyce making it easy for you to just send a request with preset parameters like color, your name, so we know who's been calling it and stuff like that.
Yeah, and for that part 3, I really just wanted to learn this new, it's not even an API we have that a lot of Postman people don't know about. So I'm just using this as an excuse to do something so that you guys can send a light color, but also so we can learn this new API.
When is the Postman Conference 2020? Great question. Do we know when
Where
this
are
is?
you looking at questions?
So that's a question coming from YouTube, actually.
Oh, it's going to be in the month of November. So save the date.
It may actually not show for some people, I'm thinking. I'm trying this service that's supposed to redirect stuff from one chat to the other. But people on Twitch may not see the messages from YouTube and the other way around as well. So sorry if there's some confusion here, but we'll get there.
That's
so
Oditas.
Step 1, going to my Twitch workspace where we're going to do everything from.
Can you share your screen with me, or should I watch?
I'll share my screen with you.
Thank you.
Okay. So I'm on our workspace where we do all of our things. And I'm going to start by creating... actually, so Joyce had one collection that is supposed to do just that, calling the Hue API to just send some stuff. So there should be one here called...
Yeah, calling my house.
Yeah, but changing the URL, the URL, we should just be able to call my house, I think.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'll duplicate it and rename it.
You could have just added to my collection too.
What do you mean? Oh,
We could have collabed on the same collection.
well, I'm not allowed because you locked me out of that one.
Well, I can give you access. But go ahead and duplicate.
Bad signal. And then we'll start it. It's going to be at the top. So first thing first, I'm going to log into my Philips Hue. Oops. Philips Hue account. And I think I have to do some steps around. So this is my account. I'm going to log in. So from what I remember, it tells you how to use the Light API, get a username. So you need to first create a username, from what I remember.
Hi, old man's Bach.
Oh, I'm missing messages.
I know. There's so many screens open right now.
I know. So get started would be a good start for that API. Step 1, make sure your bridge is connected and your network is functioning properly. I'm streaming at the moment, so hopefully my network is working fine. Step 2.
But this is your local network, right?
Yep. Okay, once you have the address, so they tell me use the app. So I'm going to go to my app and go to the bridge.
What are you on your phone?
Yeah, so I've got my phone right here. Yep. I should have like a different webcam here.
Oh, yeah.
It's, yeah. Okay, so I've got the IP that I'm not going to show, but it's somewhere here on my screen.
Yeah.
And once you have the address, load the test app by visiting the following address in your... Actually, you're going to see it because it's my local address anyway. So I'm going to replace that with the IP, which is 10, 13, 224, and 158.
But it's okay because I need to be inside your network to do sinister things, right?
Yep. So that works. You should see an interface like this.
Okay.
So I'm fast forwarding through this because we've done that in the previous stream when we set up choices one. So if I'm like skipping some steps, don't get mad at me.
I'll drop a link to that last one. It was a fun one.
Okay, so I need /API/new developer, I'm guessing, to create a new account. Is that a get or is that a post? That's a get. That's a get. And it says no. Okay, so I need authorization, so I'll just call /API that as a body. So /API device type is Postman, because we're going to call from Postman, and bat signal, and we want that to be a post. Okay, hold on one sec, I'm going to go and run and click the button on my Hue bridge.
You have to remember sometimes that like I do webcam conferences all day long, but sometimes I don't always wear like work pants.
Yeah, I did I had a stream with Chris, which may be on the chat, which is a technical support manager, like last week I think it was, and I was wearing shorts, which is fine, but obviously you don't notice when I'm here, and I had to run somewhere where we were prepping for the stream, and he noticed and told me. It was fun.
Put some pants on, man.
Yeah. So I had to run and press the button. It's a security thing which makes sure that I have physical access to your bridge. So it's just somewhere else in my house. So went there, press the button, and I have a username that I can use. So yeah, it says link button unpressed. I have my username, and I can now try to do this request. So it would be the same API / my username /slides. Okay, cool. I'm getting something. So from now, this was just to set up the thing. Now I'm going to move into Postman and do the same thing. So I've got Postman here. And you had that set up already, I'm guessing, in the Hue environment.
Hue proxy.
Which I may not be able to edit, right? But that should work. My localhost is probably the same thing.
Do you want me to give you edit access to it?
I'll just duplicate it, I guess. So right here, Hue proxy. Oh, I need to get into that signal. So localhost is the one that I just used here, and may not need a port. Okay. Oh, it's the other way around, obviously. What am I doing?
What are you doing?
Okay. Oh no, I deleted the other one.
I don't know what you're doing.
So I think I like selected like this instead of just selecting the thing. So, okay, I've got my localhost.
The new app icons are swanky.
They are. You can update the current values. Yeah, I could do that, Udit. But I can also just struggle with trying to understand which of these two I can use, which is much easier. So that's a comment from YouTube as well. So sorry for Twitch people. Yeah, actually, you know what? Let's do something. No, it's just going to be too complicated. So production is something that I'm going to use later. Okay, so now I can move to my batch signal. This should resolve to the right URL. Cool. And the endpoint was /API/ whatever my username is /lights. Enable to verify the first certificate. Probably because it's not a secure connection, so I'm going to change that.
HTTP?
Yeah. To HTTP. And now page not found. Amazing. Let's see why. Breach IP address /API.
I think, can you try it on the next request that's in the collection?
This one? Oh, on the...
In the Postman collection?
This one, for example?
Yeah. Or no.
I think it's...
Got
yeah.
it. Yeah.
So it says not found. But if I type in this in my browser and replace again my username, we're already in the debug part, which was much faster than planned. I've got 2 slashes in there. Interesting.
Worker bee is saying, is there a good resource you can reference while Arlemi is figuring this out and receiving no help from me? Worker bee says, is there a good resource you can reference to think about starting points and endpoints when it comes to APIs? So introductory resources for APIs. Udit says disable SSL, maybe it's a non-trusted certificate. I'm so glad Udit's on.
Okay, so let's move back to HTTPS and disable SSL. I'm guessing that's something as well with me coding from the... so I'm using Postman on the browser, and that's a localhost address.
Oh.
And I'm using the Postman agent, so that should be fine. So let me go into settings. SSL is here. Oop, turned off. Page not found. So let's try something. Let's just do the same, but from the desktop app and see if that would be the issue.
I thought the Postman looked different to me. You're in the web.
Yeah.
That's where you get those swanky app icons.
they'll come to the production app at some point. Okay, so moving to our team workspace. Bad signal. I didn't save the request. Let's just do that here. Okay. HTTP.
Boysbach is asking, have either of us tried Postwoman?
Yeah, I've tried it. I mean, anyone that works in the API space, I guess, like knows the different tools that are out there.
I haven't tried it yet.
Oh. Okay, now it actually says disable, but I should be able to. So I have a normal error message. Yep. SSL.
That signal! I'm just reading comments. Apologies for the interruptions, Arlemi. What's Postwoman?
It's another API tool out there. If you
client?
Yeah, it's another API client. You can, yeah, I would just recommend Googling it.
Yeah.
Um,
Email version of Postman.
Okay.
Still here, let me try to help.
Yeah.
And it's HTTP you tried? It doesn't matter?
I'm trying HTTPS with no SSL enabled, and now I'm going to try HTTP. Wait.
Do you need a port?
I think I'm just being a dummy with like, yeah, that was just me.
Oh my gosh, just a slash.
So yeah, that was my bad. There was an extra slash.
The way we could have debugged is looked at the console.
At the console instead of like just jumping from one place to the other. Okay, cool. Fixed. Move on to the next one, which is, I've got this here, which is fine. I can call it from here, and I can actually try the other calls. For example, turn on or off. So that would be, would that work? Can I just send that like this? Nah.
Look at the body. Yeah. What is the body? Oh, wait, no, it's not allowed.
Yeah. So let's look at the documentation for turning it off or off.
I really need to blow my nose, but every time I mute, I think I make it so you can't hear me, but everyone else can.
So I need light/1. So let's to only get one, but I can also do on to false or to true. So let's do that. I want this lights/1/state, was it?
Oh.
Post not available. With a put true. Okay. Can it be seen on the webcam that it's on?
I see it. It's purple.
Okay, so that works. So we've got a call here that just turns my light on. And I'm guessing if I change the body to false.
JW Banning is asking, what is the bridge that was talked about? Is that a Philips specific thing?
Yeah, so with Philips Hue Light, what they have, you can buy as many like lights or light strip, etc. that you want, but it all connects to the bridge. And I think it's maybe Zigbee, like the protocol that they use between their lights to the bridge. And then the bridge is the thing that you use to control the different lights.
It's like a hub for like other,
Yeah, so yeah, the U-bridge is your light hub, basically. So, and now I sent false and it turned off. Okay, so step 1, calling my thing, real nice, it works. Now we want to open it to all the people. And for that, I'm going to use a tool that Kevin Swiber showed us in a previous stream, which is called Ngrok or Ngrok. Or
Ngrok.
You pronounce it the way you want to. So Ngrok, what they do is public URLs for running stuff locally, basically. So when you create an account, it gives you a token that you can use, and I'm gonna again like remove that after we run the stream. I've installed it already, so we save some time. So I should have Ngrok running. I should, hopefully. Let's see. Would it be? It's not recognized. I probably need to be where I've installed it. So it would be my downloads probably. let's see. Okay, I have it here. It should be extracted as well. Double check. Ngrok stable, yeah. So I can cd, and from here I can do. Okay, let's do. Okay, nice.
So you
and
installed it, and what are you doing?
So I've not installed it. You download the zip, you extract it, and then it's an executable. And then from the command line, so I'm using PowerShell because I'm more familiar with PowerShell than the command prompt of Windows. And all you have to do is basically create a tunnel that forwards from your whichever public URL is going to create to your local host. So if I go with the default command, which is Ngrok 80, let's see, and recognize command. Oh, I need to precise the. Okay, so this creates a session, and now I have this URL, which would be my local host.
You opened up a tunnel on port 80 that
yeah.
that now connects to your local machine.
Yep.
Okay.
But I don't want to do that straight away. Obviously, so it's nice, right? I have Ngrok that connects to my local host. From my local host, I know how to call Postman, but I need a way to link the requests that are coming from Ngrok to my Hue light or my Hue bridge, right? Which I can't just do right now. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to run a server on my, just a simple Node.js server, which is going to take all the incoming requests from Ngrok and redirect them to local calls. So what's happening here? Old man saying, had one of my friends on my team with you alias. Okay, so it's people finding each other.
They're finding each other.
Never rush B. Always go for A.
Hey, can you bump it in a scotch?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Can I? I actually know how to zoom in PowerShell. It doesn't. Command plus doesn't seem to do it.
Control?
Yeah, Control plus.
Oh, well, never mind.
Okay, so for the sake of time, I've already created that small Node.js app. That's
it's like a cooking show.
That should be the one. So I'll show what it does. It's extremely simple. It's just so I've got my server.js, which does that's my host, so that's where my light is, and I'm gonna have to update that URL to the one that we've just got, which maybe or may not be the same. And what I'm doing, getting whatever is coming from my requests, and then creating a new request to my local host, basically. So let's do that. Go to node.
Isn't fetch the new Axios?
Yeah, but so I had the choice between fetch and Axios, and we've just created we've just added Axios as a code generator for Postman.
Oh.
So I've just basically taken that from there as well.
Got it.
And wanted to try it, and it works. So
yeah,
that was very nice. So I've got my server running here, and it's on port 3000 HTTP. So now I know that I can do Ngrok HTTP, but port to 3000. And now anything that hits this should be redirected to here. So let's try that. Oh, I actually closed the connection. So I'm going to go back to Postman, create a new request, and I'm going to do a get to this tunnel. Yeah, obviously I need a new one. So it creates a new tunnel every time you restart. That's why that's good for small projects. If you wanted to run that as a complete thing that would be up 24 hours a day, I would not run that on my local machine. I would have that running somewhere. So there we go.
Hi, Brooklyn, Ilya.
Hi, my name is Stupid Russian.
I was trying not to read that part.
There's HTTP localhost run. Use this as a native. Okay, I'll check that out. And that's my first try with Ngrok as well, like apart from the last stream that we did. But it's been like very easy to use. But if you're saying that this one is good as well, I'll give it a try.
I've tried Ngrok at like hackathons or like workshops. Do you happen to know if you can like open up a bunch of tunnels? So just open up a bunch of ports and hook them up to like whatever, I assume.
So I'm assuming, right, I could just run another PowerShell session and run another tunnel here. Like, I don't see why not. I can actually just try it. Let's say I have another one running on port 80.
It's just secure shell port forwarding.
Oh, no, it doesn't.
Oh.
So it's probably because I'm on the free tier, which makes it that I can only have one like concurrent connection running. So a lot happened while we were talking about that. What have I done? I've copied that link to my Postman and called it. So you can, first thing you can see here, it's on the logs from the Ngrok. It's so that there was a get to the root and it worked. But what happened on this side, I'm already getting a result from the API. So let's look at the server. Good news, this I didn't have to change. It's always the same host for my bridge, which makes sense. So I got my request coming in here and just forwarded whatever the link was to lights and output it here. And then what I'm doing, setting a header for the response, which is going to be application JSON, which is whatever the Hue bridge returns to me, and sending it back to Ngrok, which then sends it back to the client. So it goes client, which is currently Postman, Ngrok in the middle, then my local server, which is what we're seeing here, to Hue bridge, and then all the way back to the client. So that's a lot of steps, but it's a very easy way to just open stuff on your local host to anyone in the world. So now, if any of you wanted to just try that URL, actually, I'm gonna send that to Joyce. And Joyce, if you can just copy paste that in your browser, I'm sending it to you on Skype.
Okay.
So let's just see. So Joyce is gonna call it, and it should. Oh, actually, I see. Apparently, some other people are calling it.
Wait, are they? Wait, I'm not quick enough. Hold on.
Okay. So other people are calling it. I promise it's not me. That's working.
Oh, you see all the logs there.
Yeah. So that's cool. And now, for now, all I'm going to do to make it simple, all I'm going to do is that whenever someone calls that endpoint, it's just going to turn on the light. So this will have to be a post to, what did we have here? Let's see, a put actually. And we should be able to just use the code. So if I go to Axios, and I can...
Do you know if we built that or if somebody else contributed to the open source repo?
I have no clue. I'm not sure.
Interesting.
Actually. So I'm going to copy paste that, and it should just take some adaptation. Let's paste it here. So let's see. And in my config, which is fine, that's my config object. What's in my config is basically the URL I'm calling, the header, and the data, which is where? Which is here. Just a stringify of that.
Where is the translator here?
The translator. What do you mean?
Maybe the code gen? Brooklyn, do you mean where's the code generator?
Oh, are you talking about like captions, etc.? So we don't have them on Twitch. Oh. You may have automated captions on YouTube, but I'm not sure. And English is hard for me as well, and it's probably hard for any like automated caption to understand my English. So I'm not sure if that would actually help. But you can always try. Okay, so I've got my config, I've got my data. Axios is already required, and then what I need to do is my call. So this I'm going to replace with Okay, so it's doing the call, it's getting a response object, and it should send the response of data. So let's take this, paste it here, and if not, it's gonna do this. So I'm doing some like strong copy pasting, as you can tell. It's just I don't want to have to write it all and just save time because we have the whole Joyce side to do as well.
There's nothing wrong with copy pasting. I have a Postman related question. Is there a way to update my saved example responses? Currently, there's no send button, for example, in my Postman app. Is there any alternative?
What are we missing?
Yeah.
Yeah, go for it while I'm finishing this.
So you're talking about the saved example responses. So after you hit the server, you save that example and you associate it with the request. You can actually create as many of those saved examples as you want. So you can either save the response that's coming back from your server, or you can manually add that example. Maybe I'll put a link to the docs for that in there. Oh gosh, this is 2 computers.
Okay, so I'm going to save this, restart my server, and I can actually use...
oh wait, it was just a joke. Wait. I don't know. Does somebody want the... Okay, I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do.
Current challenge is I have 30 example responses for a single API.
It's manual work. You can always script a solution with the Postman API if you already have those, if your server's already functioning that way. So I'm sorry, what did you do, Arlemi? I missed it.
Sorry. So what I did is updating the call that is happening when you call Ngrok to turn on the light. Mm-hmm. So now, if it worked at the first try, which is probably not going to be true, whenever I called that, my light should turn on. So let's see. See, already it's taking some time, so I'm guessing it's not working. So I'm going to look at here, and I'm seeing there's been a 200 OK somehow. And if I'm looking at my server, I'm getting an error. So let's see what happened. So I'm playing with promises, which is always like the chunk argument must be one of type string or buffer. Okay. And it's just that all along. Okay, so it didn't like my argument. Let's see. This is fine. Data is fine, it's here. Can it be that I have different things with the same name? No, res is fine. Just doing some indenting so it's easier to see what's happening. So I've got a 10 here. This is fine. So I'm going to remove the console logs just so I can only see the errors that's being thrown. Error in res.end. Okay, someone has a better eye than I do. So I'm guessing. So that, yeah, yes. That's. Let's try that again. So this should have timed out. Yep. I can say it again. But it's going to do the same. And now I can only see. Another promise. Yield is not defined. So I'm just looking for friends. Well, came to the right place. Error is an object. Okay. So. Oh, there's a yield here. So do you want me to stringify that then? Let's see. And send the request again. Oh, is it just because I have a yield written here?
Hi, Tugan Boz. We're debugging right now if you want to help out.
Okay, so now I'm getting an error. So the issue was just me. I had a yield written somewhere. And now it actually gave me this error, which says, unable to verify the first certificate, TLS socket. Why do you keep on using my...
We have one custom emoji on this channel, and that's the only one we have. It's Arlemi's face. It's encouragement.
What if I just replace this with HTTP? Okay.
Oh.
So did not work because the value is to false. But if I put this value to true, now you can send that request, and my light's turning on. Well, that was
a lot of work.
That was a struggle, but mostly debugging. So we're good, right? We've got that endpoint that you can just call, and it does all the work for you. We can add some parameters to that, but now I'm going to give it to Joyce. Right?
Oh no.
Yep.
Gosh.
So what do you need, Joyce? You need that URL?
Okay, so I have two ideas. Yes, you saved it in the thing, right? In the selection.
I'll save it now as a production URL. I'll pass it so you can use it. Okay, I think that's all you need.
So we have a couple options. I would like to do something, but I will let it be up to Lightbat. I want the people that are watching to say what we do. So what we could do is, Arlemi, you are kind enough to turn on my light a couple times at 3 a.m. my time in San Francisco. So what we could do is we could build a monitor to return the favor to Arlemi so that we just automate a bat signal, hello Arlemi, at 3 a.m. every morning. So we could build a monitor, but that requires like knowledge of time, which is hard.
That's a whole other stream. What is time?
Who is time? So that's one option. The other option is that I kind of want to do, but it's going to be hard and I'll need help on it, is to explore this API that Postman has called the _PM API. And we've worked before, PM Postman. We've worked before with the PM API, but not the _PM, which kind of dovetails into the run in Postman button, which people probably don't know about anyways. So when is your wedding? Who is Brooklyn? Joy-moji. Yes, we need a Joy-moji, but we can only have one emoji at a time. And it took a week to get Arlemi's face up and approved.
It needs to be approved. That's the tough part.
That's the long pole in the tent.
I don't even know how my face made it through.
So what do you guys want to do? Or Arlemi, what do you want to do? Clearly, you don't want to build a monitor to wake yourself up at 3 a.m.
I mean, I'm fine. The bat signal is in my office.
Yeah.
And I don't sleep here yet, so should be fine.
Arlemi, what's in that bottle?
In which bottle?
What bottle?
Oh, in this one. In my Postman bottle. Just water. Just trying to stay hydrated, as everyone should. It's very important.
_ Chris Duzzo wants _ Tell us more. I don't understand these emotes. Why is there crying face? Okay, so the _ okay, so Arlemi, do you want to, I'm gonna need help on this. Hopefully we have people that know jQuery, because I'm assuming this is jQuery because it looks like jQuery syntax, but this was not my, JavaScript in general is not my wheelhouse, and jQuery was a long, long time ago. So let's go ahead and, do you want to share my screen?
You need to share it first, and then I can share your screen.
I probably need to share it first. That's how that works. Oh, yep. Skype, you don't look good. Oh. What? My dog just ate a wasabi pea accidentally. 2 wasabi peas, and I'm waiting to hear her throwing up behind me, so If I have to leave
Okay,
suddenly, then it's on you. Arlemi, you're going to do the rest of the coding.
I am sharing your stream.
Oh my gosh, your face is so much bigger on this now. It's so much easier to see you. Okay, so we are doing what?
We're creating a
I forgot
UI.
what we're.
So we want a UI because like people could be just like copy pasting the URL, putting all the parameters needed in there.
Yeah.
But we want to create a UI where you can have the run in Postman button with specific parameters and just send that basically, right?
Yeah, so we were previously like I was submitting, I just closed that window, but I was submitting to that Ngrok just pure get on the web page. And then I think we could do it from Postman like we saw you do it. But I am not a glitch person. I hope Sue is still on because I am not a glitch person, but it seems pretty neat. Oh no, is glitch down?
Every time you try to stream.
Oh no. What's happening? So we've done a project before, I think a project before with Glitch, and this is just an easy way, kind of like Ngrok is an easy way to spin up something and then open it to the world. Um, Glitch is something where you can code inside this. Oh, there's brain dead air. Thank you. I just reloaded it and it came back. I can write my code here and then deploy it, and I think I could do a side by side. Okay. So this is I just forked somebody's Express app and cleared out a bunch of stuff and put this text here. Hello, Arlemi. Hello, world. So this is where we're going to build our button. Okay. So we're going to use the PM. Have you worked with this before, Arlemi?
I have not actually.
Okay. Let me search for _.pm. Okay. So it's not the regular PM. It's got to have an underscore ahead of it. So if I kind of like scooch by and look with my eyes, I don't know which one it is. Oh, I think it's this one. I said it was with the run and Postman button. Oh, there's questions in the YouTube.
Yeah, I'm gonna take
Okay.
that one quickly. So someone's asking, is there a way to bypass reCAPTCHA with Postman? Maybe. I don't know. I'm guessing not. That would be sad for reCAPTCHA if you could just like bypass it using an API call.
I know how to do it.
Okay, so maybe it's feasible. That could be a topic for next stream, probably.
I wouldn't share how to do it because I think the more you poke at that, the more they just build out something else. And
True.
it's not
Yeah.
super ethical,
So actually,
but it's
just quick,
possible.
I was actually quite impressed. Like when they were doing so the reCAPTCHA with images is training like vision AI, right? Did you know that?
Are you talking to me? I was eating a wasabi pea. What'd you say?
How like the reCAPTCHA where they ask for like identifying like fire hydrants or
Yeah.
cars or this is to train like some vision AI.
Yeah, they're just using our manual labor to help train their models.
Yeah, and they had the same with text where there was always like this very easy to read word and then a tough one, which was actually to like help transcribe like old books or old like text that were not really readable. So the first one is actually the only one that checks that you are a human, and the other one is just to help their collections of books basically.
So you're telling us that by circumventing reCAPTCHA, we're actually hurting the people that are benefiting from this AI.
I guess as well, yeah. So if you have a secret key and public key, there's probably I don't know enough about the API, but if they have like API docs, you should be like there's nothing that stops you from doing that with Postman for sure. But yeah, that's not the topic today, unfortunately.
We have a compliment from Action is Coming. Love your
Love
software, guys.
Thank you.
Okay, are we ready with this love fest and this sinister pen testing? Okay, so I'm here in the Postman docs, and there is this cool API that people, even at Postman, don't really know about, called the _PM method. And I found some examples. Actually, I didn't find it. I had no time to prepare this week. So actually, one of my favorite engineers gave me 2 examples. So there's Infermedica, actually don't know at all what they do, but something related to medicine. And because this is like a medical symbol, I'm on their docs page here, slash docs slash postman, and they have this run in postman button. They have this form field here where I can be like testing 8 1 2 3 8 characters app. Oh my god, I can't. I don't know. Oh, okay, so I fulfilled the requirements for this. Now I can run in postman, and this you may or may not have seen the run in postman button, but now I can run it in postman. Ooh, so here I'm in my instance in postman, and I imported a collection and an environment. What was it called? Infermedica. Let's start and bring it to the top. And this is their collection, where I probably have an environment called, do you see Infermedica?
I do not see it.
Pulled it in. Maybe it's called, no, not webhooks. Testing? Yes. It was creatively called testing. So what it did was I was on their website. So I'll go back to the Chrome. I was on their website. I entered in information, and then I imported this into Postman, and it jammed those values into my environment. And I think that other value that I input is probably somewhere floating around in this collection. So that's what I want to build. But I was looking at our documentation, and I was like, I don't know how to do this. Can you look at this and tell me what you think I should do? Like, so this looks like JavaScript, right?
Yep.
I'm using this parameter, probably is the method that is being used on the back end.
Yep.
I'm probably naming my environment.
Yep.
And this is probably the object that is stored key value, right?
Or is it how you log into? Because like when you call that PM API, do you?
So here's a better view.
Okay, no, that makes sense. Yep.
Okay.
Okay.
So this is probably what I want to store in my environment. And then there's something related to index, maybe if there's like multiple run buttons. Okay. So if I go to Postman, I know how to generate the run in Postman button, but I don't know how to jam this information into the button. And I'm guessing you don't either, because I don't think you knew there was an underscore PM API. So we will learn this together. I'm going to go back over to Postman, and I just wanted to show you the Infermedica example, but we're not going to work with it. We just want to rip off their idea, their genius idea of having users input data and then putting it into a run and Postman button. So what collection were you on, Arlemi? Bat signal?
Yeah, I may need to give you access to it. Do I?
I don't know.
Let's see. Yeah, you're locked out.
Wait, I can.
Oh, okay.
So I'm essentially forking I'm creating a separate instance that's now synced to this, not synced to this. Tensoriality, hi. What is underscore PM used for? To import collections from external APIs to Postman, right? The underscore PM API is used to jack with that run in Postman button that we just saw and dynamically change the behavior. So actually, I think we'll see what that looks like in just a bit. So all I did was, I don't need permission from Arlemi because I'm just going to build the standalone button that is in no way like looking at your production or master copy. And under share, I can share it within my team to a different workspace, or this second tab, embed. I'm going to try to generate the standalone button. So I'm going to hit generate code. So Arlemi, what I've done before is there's two options. There's a HTML friendly and then a markdown friendly version. I've dropped this before into like a README or like a blog post, like a Medium blog post or something like that, something that takes markdown. I've never actually used this before. So this is the part that I'll need help with, but I'm just reading it, and it looks like there's a div, right? An HTML element, and then there's a script
Some scripts.
with like this weird looking thing here, right? So I don't know at all what that means, but I'm just going to go ahead and copy this to my clipboard and go back to glitch. Please help. Okay, so I'm just going to drop this in. Should I just put it here, like the div part?
Let's see. I need to get to your screen. Okay. Yeah.
Okay, do you see my screen?
Yep.
Okay. So that looks gross, but I discovered this button on glitch. Format this file. Tra-la. Okay. So this little HTML element now shows here. And then there's this script. Should I scooch this somewhere else? Where should I put this?
It should be at the bottom of the page, which pretty much that's where it is now, I think.
Not in the footer or nothing?
No.
Okay.
No.
Okay, so here's our HTML element, our button. And then here's this script that I don't know what
it
that
does.
means. But I want to be able to put some fields here where people input their name maybe, and then like a color, and then jam it into this Run in Postman button and download it so then they can start interacting. Okay, so do you know how to do that, or should I look at the source code for Infermedica?
You can look how they did it, and then we'll try to like do it ourselves.
Okay, so I'm back on the Infermedica developer docs, and I'm going to inspect. Should I go to sources?
Elements, that should be somewhere here. I'm guessing if you do like search for Postman.
I look for this button.
Oh yeah, that works too.
So this is the HTML element, but I want to know the JavaScript. Should I search?
Yeah.
Search for underscore
PM.
Oh, okay. So
we have
there's
one
this
here.
script.
So that's the default
more.
one. Yeah, but I think there's another one probably.
Okay, so it's this one? Right here?
So that's the one that comes with.
Well, that's the one that we have already.
Yeah, now you want the one that personalizes the content.
Okay.
Yeah, that's the one.
Okay, so am I high or is this jQuery?
That looks a lot like jQuery.
So you're just grabbing an element that has the class Postman run button, and on clicking that HTML thing, you're doing this stuff. Oh, okay, so this looks like our Spotify example. So I'm gonna
grabbing,
copy.
Yeah.
How do I
I think you need to double click. Then you can enter the edit mode and you can select what you want.
Oh.
Yep.
Wait, where'd it go? Oh, there it is. Okay. Oh no.
You go again.
Really?
Yeah.
Why isn't that working?
Oh no, you need to like click wherever you want. And then reselect what you want.
How do I reselect?
Or just do edit as HTML. That works too. Like right click, edit as HTML.
Wait, oh God.
Did you break the console?
Huh?
Oh yeah.
Should I just write it? Can you remember that and we'll just write it? Or is it gross?
No, that's fine.
No.
We just need to import jQuery, so you'd probably need to go to jQuery CDN, and then we can, unless it's already included with Glitch, but let's just take it anyway.
jQuery?
CDN. Yeah. Then you can, at the bottom there should be like a sample code that you can just copy paste. No.
I'm looking for that script link, no? Is it like one of these?
Yeah, you can take the minified one and copy paste that into your glitch.
Okay.
So put that in the
bottom?
No, put it in the head tag.
Head?
Yeah. Yeah, somewhere here.
Okay, so that's
cool.
jQuery. Just in case that is jQuery, but we don't know yet. Are there questions in the thing?
No, there's a picture of you eating something. It's the picture you use for the Learn with Jason stream.
I'm like, eating what? Okay. So this is the prettified or formatted script to bring in jQuery. And then because unless somebody knows how to copy and paste from the element, this area, wait, where'd I go? Unless somebody knows how to copy and paste, I'll just like remember like 4 letters at a time and just write it from scratch. My memory is not good.
So we'll need to create HTML elements first, right? We need to create inputs where people can enter.
Inputs. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm here in my body.
Yep.
And we need what? Input?
Yep.
This glitch? Know how to do stuff. Okay. Manually doing input. Like a type?
Type text, I'm guessing.
Text? Like that?
Yeah. And you can give it a name so we can refer to it later.
Call me by my name. Okay, so what do you want people to send to your light? What information do we need?
Do we want color? Actually, so if we're working with hue, they expect like saturation.
Hue?
Yeah, with hue lights, right? Like,
okay. Yep.
Do we want people to be able to set their color?
Guys, what do you want to submit to the bat signal? Do you want to submit a text message? Because you could see that in your Ngrok logs, no?
Yeah, we're going to just do that for now. Name.
Okay.
And so leave it. Let's do a name for now.
Name?
Yeah. Yeah, name.
Confusing. Okay. Oh, there's my name. Oh, should I put like do you know how to put a label on it? Is it like label?
So what do you mean put a label?
Like a thingy before it, like name?
Oh yeah, and then you need to do like label and then the properties for.
In here?
Yeah.
Like this? Oh my God, this is like basic HTML.
And then that would be name.
For name?
So Simatokufu79 Ra. I'm sorry if I don't pronounce your name correctly, which is very likely the case. It's good to see.
It's Simatakofa.
Oh, okay. Is that a thing? Am I supposed to know?
I don't know.
It's good to see. I've checked your guest Postman channel here on Twitch. Good. Okay, cool. It's about to create overlays and panels for our stream. Somehow I triggered my OK Google.
Did you say Google?
No, it's just my OK Google started talking for some reason.
Okay, so what all stuff do you want to send into the bat signal? What do you want to send to Arlemi's flat in London?
Old Man's BK says he wants to send a message, which is we live in a society, which is very true. We do live in a society.
Message?
Yeah. I think name and message are probably fine.
What about color?
Well, so I was gonna say the color, but I just looked at the Philips Hue, and you would need to send brightness, color.
All of that?
Yeah, all of that, which is a lot, I think.
Can't you just do a ternary where if they send it, then you do it? Otherwise, like, you have a default?
What do you mean? Like,
can't you set default values for...
Yeah, I have a default one by already, like the purple one.
Okay, so name and message.
Yeah. So
now
name. What? You need to change the label for the second one.
Label for. Message.
Okay, so now we want to grab the value that's going to be in these inputs, right?
Oh, okay.
And that's where we need to do some scripting. So let's create. We can put it in the same script tag. So this one. Yeah.
Okay.
So let's do some
jQuery. Oh, this is all I know. Oh wait, and we need to grab this element, right? We grab the value in the input.
Yeah.
Sorry, go ahead.
So there's a the old way to do it would be,
See how they did it.
so you need to check if your document is ready, basically. So like to make sure that document is fully loaded,
Mhm.
and then you can run jQuery. So there's different ways to do it. You can look at how they did it.
Okay. Okay.
Let's just go up this. Apparently they didn't even do it. You may be able to do it straight away. So let's just do so dollar select Postman run button. So what we want to do is whenever you click on run in Postman, you get the value, right?
Whenever you click on the Run and Postman button, you get the value, okay?
Yep.
I love how we asked for help on jQuery and we got crickets. Does nobody do jQuery anymore?
No, like jQuery is, what is it? 2015, 16?
Where am I? I'm going to go back to glitch and it's going to be $ and then what?
So single quotes dot postman dash run dash button.
Okay, so we're just looking at this class here on this HTML element. Okay, then what?
Dot on. So we're gonna add a So no on and then open parentheses. Click between
Oh, like React is like on click camel case.
Yeah, I think that would be like the default. We could just go with default JavaScript, but when you do jQuery, you do on and then you precise the type of events. That could be like on mouse up, on mouse down, and stuff like that.
Oh, you really know jQuery. Okay, on click what?
Function, and we're going to do some stuff in that function.
So they did on click comma function. Okay, so we're kind of like doing the same thing.
Yep. It's just whatever is in there that's going to be different.
So second parameter of on is going to be anonymous function.
So let's try and just put an alert for now. So let's do like typical alert, hello world or whatever, just to see if it actually works.
Hello, Arlemi. Because that's what we're going to do.
Yeah.
Does jQuery require semis? Probably not.
No, it's just JavaScript. So our Postman run button disappeared for some reason.
Did I do that?
Where is it gone?
Should I undo? Is it because I don't know? Should I undo this?
Can you put this snippet after the function Postman thing?
Okay. Ooh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, because we really don't know what all this does. It looks very gibberishy.
And let's try clicking on run in Postman and see if we get an alert.
Hello, Arlemi.
Cool.
It works. Okay.
So that works.
Yes.
We know how to call like an event on this, and now we want to get the value of whatever is in the forms, right?
How do you comment on Windows? Is it control slash?
Yeah, it should be control slash, but it's going to be different. Okay, cool. That works. So let's create a variable, which is going to be, guessing, name.
Let name.
Yep. And then with jQuery, so you can do, again, $.
Like that?
Yep. And then input.
Is it by name?
Yeah.
By this name, right? Not that name.
Yeah.
It's this name. Just a straight name like that?
No, so you need to say that it's an input.
Here? Where?
Yeah, right before the name, basically in between the, how do you call them? Single quotes.
Here?
Yeah.
Input?
Yeah, input and then square brackets.
Oh, like that?
And name equals name.
That's weird.
And the second name, second name should be in between double quotes. So it's using like CSS selectors. I think it's pretty much the same, where it's taking the input, it's looking for one with like a name of name.
Okay, so this is no, like name. We probably should have called it something else so that it's not so confusing.
Yeah, we could have.
That makes okay. But this is the name of our DOM element, right?
Yeah, and you can do .val to get the value of it, I think.
Here?
After the last bracket. Like, yeah.
Here?
Yep. And
that?
Parents, yep. And let's try to do Yeah,
Yeah.
let's read this one already just to see that we're like on the right track, because I'm saying that it may not work. So let's just alert name or like console log name, whichever.
Name, right? It's
Yep,
this name.
that works. And I think that's it. So write some name at the on the right and click run in Postman.
Arla.
Cool.
Works. It works.
So now I need to repeat that for
Oh, sure.
the other one.
So all we're doing is doing, what was it? Message. Message will be an input by the name message.
Yep.
Okay. And then we need to use the underscore bit, right?
Yeah.
Is that
That's
where we
where
put it here?
that's how it's PM stuff rather than jQuery, and you probably have to to help me with it because I have no clue how that works.
Well, that's in our docs, right?
Yep.
But Infermedica, we're just using Infermedica as our docs. It's this part, right? Well, I can't copy it. Wait, I can copy from the docs. Whew. Okay. Let's do this. Let me format it. Let's see if... Nope. Okay, so env create is the method probably that Postman is using. Environment name, let's call it bat signal rip. Bat signal button. How about? Is camel case acceptable for jQuery? It is, right?
I accept
Okay, so
all
key.
things.
So key is going to be like, wait, name from button with the value of name. This one right here, right? Is this a syntax? Why does this look so weird? Okay. And then I think run button index is probably an optional param because Informatica didn't have that. They just had key value, key value. Oh, look, they did it like that. But ours should work. You think we need this thing?
So I think no, that's just so that's a check they do, which makes sense, and I'm thinking it's like they're checking whether you have access to that script, like the PM script.
Okay.
We're just assuming that you have it.
Do you think I need to require it? Well, we'll find out.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, let's try that.
Okay, so we're just going to try to use the underscore PM API to create an environment with our button that dynamically stuffs in these key value pairs. I don't know. I feel like I need to hit save, but like glitch is just live. Oh, wait. Okay, so, well, we didn't alert anything, so that's as expected. So now, oh no, requests to the server have been blocked by an extension.
Oh.
What's that mean? Is it a security thing?
Can you try to open it in a different window? Because it may be because you're in the edit window.
You mean in glitch?
Yeah, like do the show and do like...
In a new window?
Yeah.
Like
hopefully.
That? Oh wait, is it because we didn't? Oh no, I don't know.
Disable ad blocker. Ad blocker shouldn't block like requests to... I'm thinking it's probably like a glitch security thing rather than like one of your add-ons. Let's try that.
Click it?
Yeah, click it.
Open?
Yeah.
Oh wait, yes, import as a copy. Did it work? Bat signal copy imported, but I didn't see the environment. Here's the copy. Well, it would be up here, right? Wait, It's here, even though I didn't get the toast for it. It's there. It worked.
Nice.
Oh gosh, I did not expect that to work, especially when we got that error. I was like, I'm not going to be able to solve this. Okay, so
Okay.
that's pretty neat. So that was Infermedica. Thank you, Infermedica, for letting us look at your source code. There's one more that it was what was it? Uh, DocuSign, Postman. I hope it's this one. Nope, nope, not that one. No, not that one either. Let me see. I sent this link to you earlier because I was like, Arlemi, look at this. Check it out. Let's see. Hey, Arlemi, do you mind dropping a link to the Infermedica one in the chat?
I need to see. So you send it to me on Slack. Yeah. DocuSign one
Okay.
you want, or Infermetica.
Postman API collection. That was
Yeah,
the
that's the one.
GitHub one.
Yep.
This one, right?
Yep.
My hi, do you see a button on here?
I am
Maybe a
not seeing a
walkthrough
button.
blog post. Please, Mr.
Yeah.
Postman. Not this.
Yeah, there you go.
Oh, this might be one where, like, if you're signed in, I've seen this before. So on Infermedica, they have a field input, field form input, and it stuffs the tokens in there. But say I'm logged in, you know? Actually, I bet
Yeah.
that's how Infermedica works. If I'm logged in, it doesn't prompt you to, oh, see, there it goes. I didn't even read it. So Infermedica built it so that if you're logged in, you don't have to manually do anything. They can just take your credentials and stuff them into the Postman collection that you're about to import and fiddle around with. That was way easier. I was worried about time because I didn't know how to jQuery. But thank you for helping me, Arlemi.
It's all good.
Yeah. I should drop a link to these in the I'll drop a link to the Infermedica one in the chat. Is there anything else that you wanted to do with that one?
No, I think that's pretty much.
It's pretty neat, and a lot of people don't know about the PM API, but not the underscore PM. And I've told several people how to do it by just with hand waving, use the underscore PM API. But that's the first time that I was able. In fact, we might have to redo this to put a better example on there. But like otherwise, I just looked at Infermedica's source code, which is pretty helpful. There's also some security vulnerabilities clearly here with that, but I think there's some things that you could do to make sure that they're not as vulnerable. All right, what else you got for us today, Arlemi?
What else do we got? Well, so this is not completely finished, to be completely honest. Like,
Oh wait,
we
didn't tell people. We didn't give people the button.
So we've done your part, which is create a UI where you can put parameters and like get this running Postman button. We've done my part, which is like put it available to the public. But what's missing is actually the part where I take your parameters and I do something with it. Because like at the moment you're adding the
Can
environment.
people get to this?
Yeah, that's a public URL. But at the moment, like right, they creating that environment and they get the request, but we're not using these parameters in the request. So you actually need to add them to the query somewhere so I can receive them. So if you go back to
you mean?
No, if you go back to the collection,
Okay.
and this time you'll need the rights. So let me just give you the rights to it. I'll do bat signal.
I got the right to fight.
Okay, you should be able to edit it now.
Okay.
So what we want to do is add, like, for example, in the parameters. So which one are we using? Actually, which one are we calling?
Wait, I'm not on copy. I should be working on bat signal, correct?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So the thing to know about the run and postman button is once I pull it in from the run and postman button, that's kind of like its own clone that we talked about. So this is the original one. So I should be updating this. Okay. What do you want me to do here?
Look at the. Wait, which one are we using again? So the production one, right?
Okay.
And add two query parameters for like take the hello world.
Okay. Should I rename it? Use this one.
Yeah.
Use this one. Okay.
And we'll add two parameters. So one will be
Wait,
name.
should I make sure that I'm on bat signal?
Yeah, actually, this one has the right.
Okay.
Oh, why do we not add the URL in the other one? Is it not shared? That's probably something that we need to add as a parameter as well, like that public URL that people need to have to call my endpoint.
It's in here.
Yeah, it's in the back signal, but it's not in the back signal that we share with people. You know, when they do the run in Postman button.
Got it. Okay.
So how are we going to do this? I guess we just add it straight. You can add it yourself in the code, right?
I see what you're saying. So because it's an environment variable, you're basically marrying up the collection with the environment variable that you just dynamically generated. So there is the ability to update. If I go back to the PM underscore PM, oh, it's awful to say. There is ability to edit an existing environment. So when I exported the button from Postman, all I did was export the collection here, but I can add your bat signal. Is it bat signal or bat signal, right?
Yeah.
So now it takes your collection and the environment, and now we need to update the underscore PM API to update by appending probably key value pairs.
Yeah.
Should I?
So
is this the only difference?
I think that's the only difference because they need they would need the, and I think the other difference is when we do our part of the script, instead of create env, there must be like an edit env thing.
Update, yeah. Okay,
Yeah,
so let's
env.
go back to glitch and add this thingy here, right?
Yeah, okay, give me 1 sec, I'll be back.
Okay. So all I'm doing, he's putting on pants, everyone. So all I'm doing is adding this param so that now behind this button is not just the collection, but also the environment. And previously we used env create, but now we're looking for env assign to update the environment's API keys. Oh, this looks a lot harder. Maybe we should wait till Arlemi gets back. This looks much harder than the last one. Actually, no, it's basically the same. It's env create or env assign. Okay, I just got scared by looking at the docs. So instead of env create, it's env assign, and then we should probably do key new value, new key. Okay, so it'll be a new key value. Huh? I think it's probably just like a patch update. So I'm gonna go here and go back down to env create, and we said it was gonna be env assign. And we're adding these. So let's look at the documentation to make sure it's correct. Maybe I'll add prevent default. That's a JavaScript thing, like an event. Old man's book. Let me know what you think about prevent default. I don't know if we need it. Arlemi, we're pretty much done here. Thanks for your help.
Yeah, I could still hear you. I kept an ear on you, and I know exactly what happened.
Okay, so you're caught up. So I don't know if I need prevent default, but it. Oh, wait.
Old man speaker is saying it's glad to know that he's not the only one scared of JavaScript. JavaScript is easy. You write stuff, wait for it to break, and then edit it and hope it works. There was a good meme around that, which is, so any other language you write like something that doesn't work, and it tells you there's an error there, and then it would be JS, you write something that doesn't work and it just smiles at you because it doesn't give you any information, like if it's the type of variable that is not right, etc., etc. It got better, obviously.
Is that what they mean by swallowing errors?
I don't know.
It's like, or swallowing it quietly or something.
I've never heard that one before.
Oh, I think that's why they do the throw catch syntax.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. Hey,
tell me what you think this means. So all I did was update the method, and I think I probably need this, don't you think? But what is it?
Prevent default is like if you've got something else that does the same thing, it's gonna, like, for example, if you do a on-click action and there's something else that
Right?
does the same thing, it's gonna block that action and just do yours.
How come they had it here and not on the...
Yeah, I do not know.
Okay, should I leave it or no?
Yeah, someone on YouTube is saying GS is superior R at like any other language. So if you want to debate with
Well, talk
Toucan Boss,
Toucan Boz, too bad you're not on Twitch because people are like ripping on JS here over on Twitch. Okay, because prevent's not defined, I think it'll throw an error if we... So should I just see if this works? Oops, where's my comma? Wait, did I spell that wrong?
no, that's fine.
That signal, was it like that in here? Wait, not there. Oh, yes, I spelled it wrong. Okay. Maybe I'll correct the spelling so that we could distinguish. I did that on purpose, everyone. So now we can distinguish with the new one. Should I try it?
Yeah.
We're drawing to the end of our time and I'm getting hungry. Uh, 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 Token says, howdy. Wait, I have to open in the new window. I forgot. See, I already forgot. I wonder if I have to refresh this. Okay, I guess I'll import another. I should have called it something different. Okay, so it's not starred. That's how I'll understand the difference. So down here, actually this should be the same. Oh, no, we changed it, right? And I will... Oh no, I don't see bat signal with an A. Oh, because I didn't call it something different. No? I'm confused. We have too many collections. I wonder if there was something else we had to do to associate the environment. Because remember how we just copied the param?
Yeah.
All we did was pull this line of code in.
Did you republish with the right environment?
Probably not. So what I did was I went to... Here, let me delete this. Otherwise, I'm going to get too confused. Delete that. Delete. There's only one here, the original, and then the first one. So I'll leave that first one. Now I'm going to go to the original, and I'm going to go share. Wait, did I even save those changes? Use this one. Okay, so I'm going to say share, embed, dynamic, add an environment, bat signal. So last time we just copied this over, but I wonder if there's other differences. Should I just copy everything over? No, it looks pretty much the same. Should I do it?
Take it all.
Okay, let me get the little HTML bit. I'm very hungry. Okay, I got the HTML bit, and then I need to go back to Postman to get the weird gibberish Postman. And we go back to glitch, and we're going to put it here, but then jam this into this thing that I paste. And then glitch is going to make it pretty by formatting it. Confetti will rain down on us. We didn't have to change any of the classes, right?
No.
Because that's up here. You think it'll work? I don't have the stamina for another... Wait, let me close this, just in case something doesn't happen with glitch. I'm going to go show, new window. Old man's book. Oops, that was not... My hand was on the wrong part. Old man's book. Hi. Did I get cancel last time, I wonder? So it's bat signal copy 2. Here. See how it didn't save?
Didn't it?
Remember how I called it save this one or something? Use this
Yeah.
one?
Are you on the right one?
Oh my God, I don't know.
I know you should be on the bat signal, the original one at the top.
This one?
Yeah. See, this one has used this one. Oh, you mean when you imported
The
it,
one
it
I
didn't.
pulled in, yeah.
Yeah. Hmm. That's weird. So someone. Wait. Okay, so we clearly have two teams here. Like YouTube is team JavaScript and Twitch is team whatever else than JavaScript, because someone just said, I mean, old man actually just said, JS superior, tell that when multi-threading is supported. Ooh. Joyce, just convert this stream to pair programming plus mukbang. Ooh.
I've wanted to mukbang for a while. I wanted an ASMR mic, and I just want to eat large amounts of food while I chat with people.
We can have a. So we're thinking of all the ways to like other topics we could stream. So we have this one on Thursday. First week of the month, we have office hours. We just like answer any question that comes in. Should we do a mukbang one every other week?
If I can expense the food in honor of this session, I would do it. All right. So that's how you do it, folks.
Yep, done. I mean, so we can stop here. I think like we showed most of the things, which was step one, put something that is available on the internet, and you have that light behind. Actually, I'm gonna do it again. I'm just gonna.
Can you turn it off so I can turn it on?
Yeah, let's do that. Just give me 1 sec. I think I need to change something here. I think is my server still running?
Are you gonna leave Ngrok open so people can hit it?
Will I?
Yeah, I'm gonna turn my light on. Where is it? I don't see it.
Wait, let me bring mine closer so we can actually show it properly. And then you can see all the work that my girlfriend actually did, because I'm not good at drawing things.
You should have turned it on first.
No, we want you to turn it on.
Oh, yeah,
right?
okay. Hold on. So I need the bat signal. Sorry, I know you're holding it up there. I'm really sorry.
It's fine. You need to put it like, wait, let me put it, yeah, like this.
So I use this one.
And you just need to call it.
Ngrok.
Yeah.
Name. Whoa. You didn't even know what a bat signal was.
That's a bat signal for anyone on the chat. Right there.
So if anybody needs to get in touch with Arlemi, it sounds like you're going to keep Ngrok open for at least a little while, and you can say hi to him. Yeah.
I just need to set a timeout so it turns off after a while. Because I don't know. So how does Batman do it? Like, does it stay on until he's on scene, or until he's like stopped the bad guy?
So when crime is going on, Commissioner Gordon goes to the rooftop and he shines the big light, and then it goes in the sky, and then Batman's like flying around. Or actually, he doesn't fly. He's like jumping from building to building, or like using his grappling hook, and then he's like, "Oh, I'm needed," and then he goes to meet Commissioner Gordon.
And then they turn it off. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so what would it be for me? Like, you turn it on. What do I need to do? Do I need to tweet, "Got your signal, stranger"?
No, so that's why you need to set it up so that people can submit the message, right? And then it's the secret logs in your Ngrok, and then you can read it.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna like work on making that much more like user friendly, and I can probably have a blog post just like yours, which I think we shared at the beginning, but maybe it's another time to plug it if you want to show it.
Yeah, check it out, and then you can turn on my light.
Yeah. Actually, is yours on at the moment?
I just turned it on because nobody else likes saying hi to me. I taught my nieces how to do it, and then it was really cute, and then they stopped saying hi to me.
Oh.
It's okay.
It's okay, she says. So there's a blog with Joyce and how to turn her light on, and then I'll do one about how to use this bat signal from wherever you're in the world. So I'm thinking I'll probably have to do some like rate limiting it, except like if Ngrok is already doing it for me. Need to find a way to have that running 24 by 24.
You should do input validation so nobody submits anything sinister.
Yeah, I could do that. I could do a whole collection that checks like the sentiment of the message, and then if it's someone that is in real danger, it changes the color according to the sentiment.
How sad would that be if like your mom was like, I need to get in touch with my little boy, and then you're just like, it's just somebody from the Twitch stream.
Yeah, my mom is not ready to send API calls yet. Like we're not there at all.
Hey man, if my sister can send an API call, anyone can.
Okay, I guess good. Yeah, I don't know how your sister should take that, but
that should be a future live stream. Arlemi and his mom work with APIs.
How about no?
No. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. So summary. First, open the light to the outside world. We'd done that before, so we did it again. Second, get a running Postman button that you can personalize with your own parameters using the _PM API. And third is us doing community shoutouts right now before saying bye to everyone.
Yeah. So is it on my screen right now?
We're on your screen right now.
I just had 3 really quick shout outs. So right now we imported, like you can go ahead to the templates and import Hue, look for Hue, and then pull in that collection to turn on the light in my kitchen. But this API network, 3 companies have done a ton of work. So Ping, we had Ping on as a guest when we learned about OAuth, and Anthony Dombrowski said, this is the most fun you'll ever have with OAuth 2. And I said, you're a liar, but it was actually fun. He's done a lot of work with this documentation, so check out the Ping documentation. Dropbox had something really interesting. They created a collection not to show you how to use their API. Rather, you can just plug in your credentials and hit send and execute workflows. So this is for people that aren't that familiar with APIs, maybe admins for Dropbox. That's really cool. And the last one is Twitter. I think they'll be coming on as a guest soon, but there's the Twitter Ads API, which is pretty bomb. And then there's also the Twitter Developer Labs. So they previously had this kind of like a Skunkworks newfangled API. They launched V2. So there's new stuff that you could do with the Twitter API. So just a shout out to 3 of our community members that have put in a lot of work into documenting their API under this little tab here. Check it out.
Cool. Thank you. All right, I'm going to switch to discussion, no screen shared. Thank you for joining us today, both on YouTube and Twitch. That was a good experience for us, and I think we'll probably keep on doing this. We need to figure out how to make it so you can talk to each other as well.
Yeah.
So like have the messages be sent from one chat to the other, so we can actually have some strong debate around like JavaScript on the chat. Thanks for your help as well. We've needed it as always. We managed today to only share 1 secret. So high score. Like that's probably the lowest we've ever shared. Probably. But yeah, I think that's it. Any last words, Joyce, before we leave?
No, we have a great show for you next week. And then in about a month, you and me, Arlemi, will hack on something very clumsily together again.
Yep, looking forward to that. Okay. All right, bye-bye, everyone. Have a good day, evening, and week. Bye-bye.